Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Thursday the 14th of April 2022. Look at yesterday's results then for Wednesday the 13th. We're at Newmarket on the flat at 3:35, the Craven Stakes, which is one of the main trials for the 2,000 guineas. We were looking at two horses. We had number one, Al Mubair, which was a non-runner, went lame, so we wished that horse well in the connections. So that was out of it. That'll probably do us a favour anyway. And then we also on this number 6, Star of India, which came 5th at 9-1, and the eventual winner was this Native Trail at 1-4 favourite, which was the one we were sort of was the obvious one in the market. It was the Dewhurst winner from as a 2-year-old, top 2-year-old, etc. Now, what can we say about Star of India? Well, in our terms, it's what's known as an HCP, high class plodder, and the way they rode it would suggest that as well. So it came out from the front, so it's got a very high cruising speed, that horse, and not much else. So it either runs the guts out of these or it gets burnt off in the final half furlong, which is what happens. So that's where we are. So we lost quarter of a unit, having not had the non-runner in play. So anyway, we've got no complaints, because even if you're on the winner, a 1-4, it doesn't do you any favours at all. So anyway, we're down to about 63.5 units in profit overall, and that's where we are. So we'll stop it there and write up today's racing. Right, we're back. We've written up today's racing then. So for Newmarket 115, no filter 1, which is our structural filter. We've got an alternate though. It's the Alex Scott Maiden Stakes, Class 4, 3-year-old, 7 furlongs, good. And that's at the 115. It's the first race at Newmarket. This is quite a prestigious maiden, named after the Alex Scott, and the big boys like that maiden in the stud book record. So that's an interesting point to note. So it tends to be a focus for the great and the good and the wealthy. So anyway. There's 6 runners in it, so let's have a look. We've had a good look at this race. Let's get rid of the ones we can get rid of first. So you've got the Green Man. It's an FTO, first time outer, 25-1. We don't think that's good enough, so we can get rid of number 4. Likewise, number 5, Unsung Hero, NGE, not good enough, 50-1 anyway. Right, so we've got rid of those 2. And then you've got this favourite, out from under. Now, it's got a mark of where are we? It's got a mark of 81. It's been given a mark of 81 off the back of a few efforts. Now we keep banging on about this, but the first time it went out was at Sandown, and on the 28th of the 7th, 21. If you look that up, 7 furlong heavy. You don't tend to start decent horses off on heavy ground. Just as a general point of reference. So and aside from that, which is a big cross in the box for us, the horse doesn't look good enough. So we managed to get rid of the out from under 10-11 favourite. So we've got 3 left to look at. Let's take number 6, Wooderton. Had possibilities, but we think it's a very doubtful. It's a doubtful stayer. It's unlikely to be competitive at the last half furlong mark, and so we think it's a non-stayer, so we can chop that one out as well. So we're left with these 2. We're left with number 1 and number 2. Now, Morning Star is Michael Stout. It's got all the sort of, it's basically the glitzy side of the racing world. It's an FTO. It's expensive, Arab trained horse, Arab bred horse owned as well, and it sort of fits this stud book sort of criteria, and the opposition is relatively low. So we need to include Morning Star in our betting. We don't have any information about how good it is, but the likelihood is it'll be half decent. It was an expensive horse, well bred, with a posh trainer. So, but the one we particularly like is this one here, number 1, which is Monitor. Now, let's just grab this again. The Monitor has had 3 runs. It came out at Salisbury on the 11th of the 8th last year. It was a 6 furlong race, and it had to be switched. Was basically, it hit traffic problems and was switched, and then was sort of finished down the field really. Then it went to Salisbury again and a mile, and on the 20th of the 8th, so 20th of August last year, and that race was particularly good. That was so Salisbury, 20th of the 8th. Where are we here? Salisbury, 20th of August, 21. That was about a 26k race at Salisbury. It was a mile race, and the horses up the frame there rated well over 100. So that's a very good race. And this horse Monitor was competitive at about the 7 furlong pole. So interesting. And the final race, it's run on the all weather on the 22nd. If you look at it's a 6 furlong race, and the all-weather 6 furlong, not really ideal for that horse, but it didn't run badly. So anyway, we're going to have a go at those two to win. But at the moment, the over-round's about 106% on Betfair. So these are going to go out. It's likely this Morning Star might get some money for that. But the one we're really interested in is this Monitor. So we're gonna have a quarter plus unit, maybe a third unit on that, and a quarter unit on this Morning Star to win. So that's what we're doing. 2 horses in the Alex Scott Maiden, which is the 115 first race at Newmarket, and the one we're particularly like. I mean, if this horse is all singing and dancing, then that's fair enough. But the one we're going to make the money on, if it isn't quite up to it, is Monitor. So that's where we're at. So I hope that was useful, and see you tomorrow. We'll review it and see how we get on. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.